Had lots of old floorboards, odds pieces, so we've cut them up into nice sections and joined them together just here. So there's a number of boards there with some plywood joined together. And that's the nice side. Front side, back side, and some 1x1 screwed on the outside. You can probably see it's going to be a big giant planter for veg. It's about 12 inches deep, so ideal for carrots. And it's going to replace all that stuff there, or maybe on the inside down in the lower section, the patio section. Look a bit better than all of that baskets, which have been doing an ideal job. But yeah, I'll show you now once it's put together. So that's just with the siding on, just to show you how big it will be. And it will be painted, so it look a lot better than this. I'm not going to talk about measurements because you can make it your own requirement. But you can see the slats are held inside just with some of those plywoods. And I've managed, I wanted to keep inside square, so I've put the feet on the outside. And I'm thinking it will be quite heavy, so I might even put a third leg in the middle, both sides. But I've just screwed a piece on just to see the depth. It's about 2 foot deep this way by about 5 foot that way, 5.5. But yeah, it seems like it'll do the job, mainly for veg and things. An example of the old floorboards that we're repurposing, so it's recycling. So I'm at a point now where the sides have been fixed, the base is on. That's just extra woods to divert the water. When I water it backwards, I'll have holes in the back, a pipe underneath, so it collects all the water and drops it out one side, as opposed to getting everything wet, because I'll be storing things below that, the kids' toys and stuff, because there's loads of extra stuff. So for now that looks okay, but I'm thinking once the soil's in there and it needs another leg, so the plan is to add a third leg now, so they'll be supported a bit better either side. So it's just that now. Last few finishing touches now. So I've added some boards on the bottom. They're not real wood, it is stuff, but it'll be fine because there'll be plastic sheeting inside the main trough. And just to hide that, I've added a bit of I'm thinking of putting that on the front, just to finish it all off, so it look a bit nicer and give it a bit of strength. And that's where it's going to be sitting, and it'll be painted same color as that, cedar red I think, and it'll have plastic sheeting on the inside, and then the compost. I may even make it into sections, so a deep section for the carrots, a lower section beetroots, and then leave a bit empty maybe for composting. And it fits nicely, and I might even put flowers in there just so it looks a bit nicer along the front. And it's undercover, so even if it's cold outside it'd still be good. So you can see there I put legs on it, 6 legs in total. So once the compost goes in there it'll be a lot better. I've still got the truncation to do at the bottom, which will stop the water dropping straight down. It'll drop out the side into a bucket and I can reuse the water to water again. And it's pretty solid. So that's so far. I'll show you another one once it's painted and complete. But yeah, all free materials. It's just stuff we had in the garage. A good tip while painting is just have an odd piece of thin wood, plywood, and you can see there, no need to mask. It's a lot better than having just paint all over the place. So the base of this has purposely been designed. I've got a couple of inches on this side higher, lower, and slowly, gradually slope it down. So now I'll put that wood on that. That creates a natural slope towards the back. When the compost is in there, and its water will go to the back, there'll be holes in the back like those, and there'll be a collection system below to collect all the extra water. We'll demonstrate that now with this water. So you can see it's running off towards the back. So okay, it's falling out the back. So I've cut a section of large plastic waterproof membrane. I'm going to put that inside the planter, hopefully without making any holes, and try and do it so it only leaks from the back end. Putting the plastic in here can be tricky, but if you stick to the rule of folding it into like that, so basically in, so that's fold it over like that, the other one folded in the other side like that. Then all you do is make sure the bottom is right, and then just fold both sides out, and you'll have a perfect square. And just fold the corners in. It's gonna be hard to explain on camera, but that's all one piece. And if you look how I've folded here, it's basically making a square. Basically the back goes against there, you find the corner, and you fold the corner on itself into the back there, find it like that. So there's the corner there, so there won't be any leakages apart from where I want it to leak. I'll put a few inches of soil in here just so it holds the plastic in place, and then we'll start making the holes. You can see here what I'm doing is folding the plastic back and just tacking it in place so it looks a bit nicer. So there, we've started tacking this side up together now. The plastic is held in place, soil's in there, and we've put a few cardboards in there to help retain heat in colder weather. So that's the main thing with planters, you lose heat really quickly. For the drain holes, I'm simply drilling a hole in the back, bits of PVC pipe, pushing it in the hole, and duct taping off around it, so the water all goes down the hole through the plastic, and that wood doesn't get soggy, because I've got this funny wood on here which would go soggy. So you can see there, I think there, that's where the outlet is. We'll have something here to collect it, and we'll do another one of those, about maybe 4 all the way along, because they're quite big holes, and that should collect all the water that's excess. So there's a second hole drilled. It's a bit messy. Now the PVC pipe goes into there. Just tap it down. Brush off the sawdust and then duct tape. And now that I've duct taped it, just mark the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just want to duct tape down, that's the last one. That's the bottom. So now we're going to make some plastic channeling so the water drips onto this and it gets collated all the way down and ends up dripping out. In theory this should work, we'll find out. That's basically a channel. More water come out here. Okay, so we just test this channel now. If I get some water, so now all the extra water that the plants don't use up will go down the hose into the channel and out into a bucket. This is a lot of water just to test it. It'll only be a few drips because we won't overwater. You can see it there. That works. So I've put some stones in the back here just to make sure that the woods underneath are pushed down and they're heavy. Also to stop any major compost going down there, so that will kind of stop any. And the holes are nice and open, so all that water, excess water, will basically go into. If I do this, you can already hear it coming out. So there, see that? And now any feed or any compost that's in here, the water will seep out the bottom, and normally that takes nutrients with it, so it won't get wasted. I can reuse that water to water again. And now that's a lot of water coming out because we're testing it. It should only be a few trickle like that, because we'll notice we're over watering. So that all looks fine. I need to get some more cardboard to put around the inside just to help with insulation, keeping the soil moist and warm. So far it's been free because everything's been used from the garage, from scrap pieces of wood. Now will be the most expensive part, which is filling it with compost. And I've worked out it's about 350 litres, so that's how much compost I'm going to need. And I don't want to spend more than a tenner, so we'll see what we come up with and see what's available.